Smokeable Texas hemp could soon be banned, at least any form that would get a person high. In response to Governor Greg Abbott's executive order on hemp regulations, the Department of State Health Services has proposed some new rules which, if unchanged, would effectively ban smokables and also increase fees on the hemp industry by tens of thousands of dollars. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Daniel Marin.
And I'm Jennifer Sanders. As State Capitol correspondent Adam Schwager explains, these changes could shutter the Texas hemp industry as we know it.
Jumping from 155 to 20K per location annually is not regulation. It's a kill shot aimed at small operators.
The Texas hemp industry opposed to the proposed State Health Services rules to change the annual fees to sell hemp from $150 to $20,000 and the fees to grow hemp from $250 to $25,000.
And it's tough.
Austin hemp store operator Nicholas Mortellaro estimates he'd be on the hook for about $400,000 a year if these rules hold.
So it would mean that I have to completely turn down and either close my businesses or relocate them to other states.
But advocates at Texans for Safe and Drug-Free Youth say this is the cost of enforcement.
If Texas is going to make these products available, then we have to do things to keep kids safe, to keep our roads safe.
In addition to those fees, another new rule would take one of the hemp industry's most popular products off the shelves.
It affects any smokable flower or concentrate product. When you say marijuana, people think smoke a joint.
THC, the chemical compound that gets you high, is capped at 0.3% in legal hemp products. DSHS's proposal increases that definition of THC to include the total amount of THCA that will turn into THC when smoked, gutting smokable hemp's ability to get people high. While Governor Abbott recommended DSHS increase testing of the THCA to THC conversion, the hemp industry argues a definition change is something only the legislature can do.
While they may want that to be the law, they'll have to rely on the legislature when they reconvene to make it the law. They're a state agency, so they can't change the definition.
None of these rules are final yet, and DSHS is accepting public comment to their website until January 26th. In Austin, I'm Adam Schwager.
And in a statement to us, State Health Services pointed to a part of Abbott's executive order citing a failed special session bill as potential guidance. That bill included the same fees the department is proposing.
And there is a crackdown on hemp products containing THC on the federal level. It's expected to go into effect in November. The law will ban the sale of hemp-derived products with more than 0.4 milligrams of THC. That would criminalize almost all consumable hemp products nationwide. The provision was added at the last minute to the spending bill back in November to end the shutdown. And just yesterday, Republican Representative Jim Baird of Indiana introduced a bill that would push back the federal ban to 2028, giving the hemp industry some time to negotiate with lawmakers.